Hold on.
Oop.
What is up, everyone, ladies and gentlemen? It's the King of Bong Style, Jojo Valvano, and my special guest from the Last Week in Wrestling podcast, Dylan. How are you doing, good brother?
Good. Reeling from SummerSlam, like yourself. We had a very interesting show, nonetheless. I know we're going to be talking about that today. But just a pleasure to be on.
Yes, sir. Honestly, pretty decent, good SummerSlam. Like I've seen worse, and I don't think the show was bad. I have a few negative parts about the show, which I'm gonna probably get them out right now because it's better to get out first. So honestly, Cody versus Brock, I didn't care for this. Like honestly, I was sitting there watching Collision at the time, and like I was not paying no attention to Cody and Brock, and the whole match, like I did not care. Like that's I'm glad Cody won because it needed to happen, but I'm so glad this feud is over. Like I'm so glad.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought this was a C+ show. I don't really think there was that many memorable moments except for the ending with Roman and Jay. The women's matches, to me, was underutilized like they do majority of the time for a lot of these big moments and stuff. With Brock and Cody, though, it was another one. It's just another one chalked up in the books. It's 3 matches. We got it out. I'm praying that we're done with this. I'm praying that this is all over and set because, to be honest, since the beginning, I've not been a fan of this rivalry. There was no point to it. Him just attacking Cody during that tag match, hitting him with that F5 was meaningless, and that sparked all of this madness. It didn't make sense to me from the beginning. Didn't make sense to me from Night of Champions and Backlash and now Money in the Bank. It just is. It was a weak feud that didn't really need to happen.
I agree. Like I'm just hoping that it's over. That you're gonna get Cody doing something different now because they literally handshaked and everything, and Brock was literally putting his arm up. So I would think this is it.
Right.
What else are you gonna do? Like,
I don't know, but I think that's kind of, and I know when we talk about LA Knight, it kind of has that thing with him as well. We're at a point now where when Cody came back last year, he set the tone of a great return, and he had the amazing feud with Seth, including the Hell in a Cell match, which is still one of the best performances he's ever given us in the WWE, despite dashing Cody Rhodes, despite Stardust in the beginning, despite just regular Cody Rhodes and Legacy. Cody Rhodes came back in and he had a goal. He had a mission. It was to complete the story his father completed but didn't really complete. If you watch the documentary, of course, you understand what I'm saying. If you haven't, technically Dusty won, but it was because of a ring out, count out, and that wasn't counted as a win. So because of that, they took the belt away from him immediately. And of course, Dusty did lose. But, this was the whole point of Cody's story, is to finish it. And it was to have his father have that title and now be in the Rhodes family. And it seemed like from the Rumble, it was going to be it. We get WrestleMania. We get the outcome. After that, the spiral out with then Brock and him. And then it just was a misdirection after misdirection after misdirection. And there was nothing of substance to really hold on to. Many people liked the fact that it was Cody and Brock in the beginning. I didn't. I think there were better memes that they gave us out of all of this. We had the Squidward walk. We had the Fight Me. We had, a lot more of those funny moments compared to really good wrestling. He did the kayfabe thing with the fake hand injury, going to his premiere with it, the movies with it, like Oppenheimer with it. Like he was everywhere with it. He was on a boat with it. So like, really selling the injury. But then, now we're here. And, it is said and done, as what it looks like. Brock did shake his hand and raised it up. Unfortunately for Brock's pants, it didn't last long either. I think they also were pretty tired of this feud as well. If we saw from his shorts, they kind of, like the SpongeBob episode, he ripped his pants. So that was definitely, funny for sure. Another meme. Thank you, Brock. But nonetheless, I hope it's over. I hope that this is it. To me, this is something that, if you're gonna do the Dusty Rhodes story and try to add a modern twist to it, setting himself up with feuds that I understand makes sense because they've been the ones that have fought the undisputed Universal Champion, but they got to make sense. The story still has to make sense, and there's been no sense of the story throughout it. So I'm glad it's over.
Though, Cody or Brock still never gave us a reason why he is beating up Cody. Like he just
did it.
Him up.
He just beat him up. And many people could say it's because he didn't get the main event match at WrestleMania, that he was upset that it was Cody and Roman instead. You could say that it was, he just didn't like Cody's outfit that day. You could just say that maybe he's jealous. I don't know. We can make up 40 different stories for the guy to make it sound convincing, but it just wasn't convincing. And but my thing, like with LA Knight, and I know we'll speak about later, is the fact that what now? After this win, what now? What's going to happen Monday night? We know Cody's coming in the ring. We know he's going to be beaten and battered and bruised from SummerSlam. We know that he's going to make a promo. There's a good chance that he's going to start the show. But what is next? Is it Bray Wyatt like the rumors is? Is it a new feud? Is this now the matches that we're going to set up for somebody else? Or is he just going to go on a winning streak? Does he go on a losing streak now? What is the next path or turn for this Cody Rhodes story? Because for right now, I would have quit. If this was the ending, I would have quit. And I would have went back to AEW.
Yeah.
If this is how you were going to book me, I would have went back. Now, mind you, I know there was a lot of twists and turns that did happen. Cody wasn't supposed to get injured with his pectoral, so that kind of threw the story off a lot more. Seth then was doing his thing. A lot of things happened in between. We had the Rumble. They were trying to throw shit at the wall and hoping that it sticks. It's bad. So I'm hoping we get substance come Monday.
I agree. But I'm gonna start off with the first match of the night, which was Logan Paul versus Ricochet. This was a banger. I enjoyed this match. I really did.
Yeah, no, this was a definitely great starting point for the show. I thought this was going to be a nice movement into a 4 out of 5 pay-per-view, to be honest.
And honestly, you're right, though. This is how you start off a pay-per-view. And
yeah.
I'm not the biggest Logan fan, trust me. Like, I don't like
I'm not either.
I don't like the guy outside of wrestling. But inside the ring,
phenomenal.
He is great. Like, he put on a performance tonight with Ricochet. Ricochet, one of my favorites. Like, oh, bro, there's so many spots in this match. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, are you happy with the winner? Because personally,
I'm not.
didn't like the punching. I didn't like the ending.
I'm not. When we did our predictions on the podcast and we were on Willie's channel and everything, shout out to Willie and everybody else. But when we did it, we all figured this was going to be Ricochet's starting point to bringing up the mid-card roster. Because where Ricochet is, at least for me, at least somebody like yourself who watches these shows every week, we know that Ricochet is one of those guys that you can get an easy win over. He's going to make you look really good because he's an amazing performer. Jacob's been doing this for 20 years, I think, or at least close to it. Definitely 10 plus. And even though his gimmick and his style maybe has changed and modified throughout the time of going through different promotions, he still is the same terrific wrestler that he's been since day one. He's only upgraded on his ability. So figuring that Logan Paul, being the business superstar that the WWE is making him be, that this would be the perfect starting point for Ricochet to then go out and go against someone of the likes of Austin Theory, maybe get that U.S. title, maybe have an opportunity to make that U.S. title, like how Gunther is right now with the IC, U.S. title relevant, make it more exciting. Now pass it over to maybe someone like Bronson Reed, Chad Gable, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny, so on and so forth. Start building that lower mid-card roster back to some type of relevancy than just come out there squash, come out there really good. Oh my God, he really good. Never mind. Like moments that we continuously see. So I figured, they were going to give him this win, but it is Logan Paul. Yeah, it is Logan Paul. I'm not shocked that that's how they ended it.
I just hate that.
I know. Someone gave him the brass knuckles. We saw it happen. The match was over.
Yeah, dude, I was like, come on, bro, kick out. But he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. No, he really did. And again, I just am like, with such a great performance, you wouldn't think that would be the end result. But at the same time, we are talking about the WWE.
For real, man. Like that.
So, those end results, I expect.
Yeah. Like I said, though, the match was a really good match to start the pay-per-view. And I would have just went with the right winner, which would have been Ricochet. But still a really good match.
This match I would have to give, because I do a rating system over on my thing, is out of 5. I do everything out of 5. For this one, I think was a good solid 4.
I agree.
I think that from beginning to end, perfect. It also showed Ricochet's growth in promos. The build to this match itself was very exciting. A lot more draw to the product. It's just it's better than what I expected it to be.
Yeah, I agree, brother. But the next match is Cody versus Brock, which, like I said already, I didn't care for this match. I didn't pay any attention to this match. I'm being straight up honest with you right now. I did not pay anything of attention. I heard the music, I heard the bell ring, but after that, I zoned out of this.
Yeah, you missed the table spot. You missed some close countouts. You missed 3 or 2 or 3 F5s, 3 crossroads.
Did you see a lot of
suplexes? Belly to bellies. You missed Brock Lesnar splitting his pants. And that was about it.
Well, the only good thing about it, Cody won and ends this feud. Give us something different with this dude. Cody is one of my favorites. But bro, his momentum is it's gone in ways. It really is. He's over with the audience with the music, I feel. But after that,
I have to just say, I'm sorry to interrupt. I have to just say I'm reading your chat, and some of the names are really fucking funny. Like the one that just commented right now, Snoop Dogg's Blunt, hilarious. I love that fucking name.
Oh, I didn't even see the
He
comments.
said, I loved Brock Lesnar shaking Cody's hand at the end. Yes, I did too. Like a man. Yes, I did too. Definitely shows respect. But I also really like the one that says the name is called the Little Jealous. Is that right? Jabroni. It says, Brandon, did you cut your hair and shave? No. Not at all, Brandon. I am not Brandon at all in the slightest. I am Dylan from the Last Week of Wrestling podcast. Totally different podcast company.
He's a
content
star.
over there.
He's a special guest on tonight.
Yeah, he is. I am the special. I mean, my name is. I don't even have fucking Brandon's name in my thing, but listen. I love it. So I'm reading the chat while listening, and you guys are great. So I'm just, like I said, I'm happy to be here. But back to the topic at hand with Brock and everything. Like I said prior, I'm not going to repeat it.
Doo sucked, but now we can talk about something good.
Yes, finally.
The Slim Jim Battle Royal that I didn't think I was going to really end up liking, but I actually enjoyed this match.
Yes.
I just wish they had something for the winner and not just a random ass Battle Royal.
Right.
I don't like that. But
it felt kind of like the Andre Battle Royale.
With Cesaro in it at that
point. With Slim Jim version.
Yeah.
I'm happy LA Knight won.
Yeah.
But again, like Cody, what's next? And it shouldn't just be this is it. Because if this is it for him, buy your contract out, buddy. Buy it out. I mean, his name is getting over in other companies. His slogan is being talked about in so many other promotions. Like he's beaten Roman as the number one merchandise seller in WWE, and he hasn't won a championship.
So sad.
I don't know what else LA Knight needs to do to prove that it's his time. Like, I know Triple H is saying good things come to those who wait, and there's big things on the horizon, and it's like, right, when? But like, we now, like, if we think about it quickly, after this last big pay-per-view of the summer, the next two pay-per-views are Payback and Fastlane. So they're minor. They're not as major as like the Backlashes and the Manias and Rumbles and Elimination Chambers. They're not as big. So hopefully we get some singles competition from LA Knight in a Payback or Fastlane or both. Hopefully we get I don't want to say it, but it seems like that might be the thing that they're going with, a transitional U.S. champion in Santos Escobar. Even though I believe Santos deserves it, for sure, it definitely gives light to the LWO. And, of course, for Queen Selena and I can't remember the other fella's name that's in there. But it brings the LWO to more eyes as a champion. So there's a lot of culture that can come with that, which is great. As someone like Mysterio, who's been a U.S. champion and practiced and built his ring style around that luchador style and bringing it to the States like Eddie and a lot of others. It's nice to see that happening again. But I do think that as much as we might want Santos to be a champion for however, give it to LA Knight.
Yeah,
again,
I love Santos.
Yeah.
But he's LA Knight, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This Detroit crowd can tell you, like, they literally, the minute his music went off, that place exploded with
the place exploded when there was him and Sheamus were the last two, and he did his signature move. The place was on their feet when he threw Sheamus off. They didn't stop standing the moment it was the final four. So you have the fact that you have a superstar that is literally captivating your whole entire audience every single time he comes out there, even if it's just for a promo, in the palm of his hand, like The Rock and the Stone Colds of the world. What don't you think you can't do with it? You know what I mean? Like, what is it that you believe he can't do, that you're not giving him these opportunities? It kind of feels like with Bailey, and it feels like the same that they did with Sonya, and it feels the same way they did with Jeff Hardy. I feel like they believe in him as much as they know they can, but at the same time, they don't want, because, think about it. There are two options that could play out. He becomes a champion, like a United States champion, and people go, I'm so happy he's a champion. But then it gets stale. It gets boring. There's nothing new to show of LA Knight. The promos are the same. The gimmick is the same. People aren't excited to be entertained by LA Knight anymore. And then that US title becomes minor again. Or the opposite, which we think will happen, is everybody's going to love the guy, and it's going to be one of the best moves that they've done by listening to their fans. So I hope one of the two happen. So we see where we're at with LA Knight. Because if we keep on giving him the carrot and then taking it away from him,
Yeah.
But if they keep giving him the carrot and then taking it away from him,
I agree, man.
Make him a commentator, make him a producer in the back, make him a writer, make him a gimmick guy, make him bring back a funny belt for him, bring back something, do something with him. Don't let him, like how they seemingly are going to be putting Rude as a producer and a writer in the back. Like, the guy's money. The guy's money. So having him work on promos with people, having him keep up with the gimmicks for the superstars that are struggling, talking, all of that, that's something that they can do with him in order to not just not use him at all.
I agree.
You know?
I do agree. Like I said, I'm glad LA Knight won, but like you said, it's a meaningless battle royal. This needs to be the moment that he gets pushed and like mega pushed, not just 1 minute he's over, and then the next minute he's not on TV. Like, he needs to be featured more. He needs to be in something good. Like, no more just random matches. This dude needs to be featured on a good feud. Like with Santos, let him win the US title. A few months down the road, LA Knight takes it. Like, I would be totally fine with that.
I thought they were going to push the US belt for SummerSlam and make it a triple threat. Santos, Knight, Ray. That would have been really good.
They're both in that battle royal, which made no sense to me. Why are they in this battle royal when they could have just had their match on the show or something like that? But instead, they're in a random battle royal when not even 1 second did they interact. I didn't see them once go at each other.
No.
Like, it was just stupid. Like, I'm glad LA Knight won, but yeah, this needs to mean something. Like, something needs to happen on SmackDown this Friday, because he is on SmackDown, I believe.
Yes.
But yeah, like, if something doesn't happen, man, I'm gonna be pissed, because this dude just won a battle royal, even though it is pointless. He just won a battle royal. You need to pull the trigger now and make this
Mind
guy
you,
a megastar.
he won a battle royal on one of the biggest pay-per-views of the summer.
Yeah, I could say that. But it was a good little battle royal, but I didn't like Omos being in that. I thought he was about to win. Like, I was about to be like, no. Like, I thought Bobby Lashley was coming out at first when MVP showed up, but then he ended up saying 7 feet tall, and I'm like, oh, here comes Omos.
Waste.
Glad LA Knight won, though. But
Yeah.
another match that I didn't personally like, I was disappointed, was the next match, Ronda versus Shayna. This was disappointing in me, like, honestly.
Do you want to take a hit before we talk about this match?
Yeah.
Okay, go do your thing.
You can talk about the match, actually, if you want, because I'm about to die. I'm about to take a monster hit.
All right, so where to begin, I guess, is really the question. You know, I get it. They're in the WWE, and they did the MMA thing. I thought that was a really cool idea. And I said it on the stream today, on the live stream, on the watch along that I do over there on the channel. You know, to me, you have two professional MMA fighters that know that part of the sport very well. To me, they should have let Ronda and Shayna actually fight each other. This should have been we don't know what's going to happen. We're not going to pre-plan it. We're not going to book it for one person to win over the other. You two ladies are going to fight. And whoever comes out will write 2 stories ahead of time, and whichever one comes out, we'll just do. Ronda's supposedly leaving. Thank God.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if the wrestling junkies watch this, they're gonna start laughing. But I'm not a fan of Ronda. Me and Chris had our conversation the other night about it. You know, I don't believe that Ronda deserves to be in the Hall of Fame as a wrestler. I think she deserves to be in the Hall of Fame as a celebrity. I think the accolades that she's done as a celebrity performer are way higher and way better than any of the other celebrities that are in there. She is number 14 out of the 13 that would be in there, that are there, I should say. Though, you know, I'm trying to see how I could word this carefully because I don't want to say anything too crazy here. But I'm happy Shayna won. And as someone who's never seen Shayna Baszler fight and heard how much people love her and how she should be champion overall, I think what we have gotten out of Shayna Baszler since the Money in the Bank moment to now is the perfect push for her to go against someone like Rhea Ripley. Finally giving Rhea an actual match besides the third match that her and Natalya had that finally was an actual match. Because the first one was a squash. The second one never even really happened. The third one was way fucking better than any of the other 2 combined. Now Rhea, who's not really been doing much with this belt, now has an actual worthy opponent that can put up a fight like her, that can hold her own like she can, waiting for, of course, that Raquel moment to come in and do it over again. Unless, you know, it seems like Liv is shelved for now due to her shoulder injury. If she comes back, I would put her in a quick 1 match in Payback. It's the simplest move. It's the easiest move. You get her in, you get her out. That's it. You don't have to have her win. I wouldn't. I love Liv, don't get me wrong, but they don't really keep the belt on Liv because they don't trust Liv a lot. She's very accident-prone, injury-prone. So due to that, they don't want to really keep the belt on her for those reasons, probably some others. With Raquel, it's very different. She does draw a crowd. She does make people excited. She has a lot of fans that do love her and want to see her do more. They really enjoyed her as a champion in the tag team division. So, to be honest, if Shayna is that fourth feud, or really third, if you can, I'm not really counting the one off with Liv, but fourth feud roughly after Raquel, or third feud and then Raquel, then great, because at least now we're going to get substance. Now we're going to get somebody that has been ready and has been ready for a while now, and who's convinced me, who's never seen her perform nor really have care about her, and excited to see what's coming next.
I can agree with you on that. Honestly though, like, I was excited for this match at first. Like, going into SummerSlam, Ronda, Shayna, I was excited for this. Like, they got me excited. But then I watched the match and they had gloves on, and I didn't like that. Like,
That's MMA.
I know, I get
MMA.
that, but it just, I thought they were gonna wrestle or just do other stuff, but like they were just.
But they did, in a way they did. I mean, and this kind of was also the starting point of the botches.
Yeah, there was a lot of botching in this match.
A lot more in that triple threat.
Yeah, see,
there was 5 in that triple threat.
Yeah,
5.
So before I get to that match, I'm glad Shayna won. That's the only good thing that came out of this match. Like, honestly, and I hope Ronda's gone. Like, I truly hope she's gone, because I'm just not a fan of hers. When she first came in, I was cool with it. But then her second run, she stopped caring, and I could just see it. Like, I could literally see that she doesn't care what she does.
Yeah, I'm happy Ronda's gone. I'll just say that. I'm happy Ronda's gone. Unsafe, not a true team player, not a champion I would leave out in public, not a person I would let use social media.
Yeah, for sure that.
If you're going to go on a late night show that millions of people watch with the product around your waist or the product around your shoulder and bash the company that is giving you brand new doors to be knocked down, you're not my champion. If you're going to go on social media and bitch and complain, you're not my champion.
I agree. I agree.
So I'm, I don't really count Ronda's stay as a stay that I was excited for. I was in the beginning. I thought maybe she had something. It seemed like she took this shit seriously, just like Logan, like Bad Bunny. Then once she became champion, no. Once she started having more singles matches, you saw how safe she was. You saw that she was still fighting like it was the MMA. She was rusty. She wasn't really training as much as she wanted to, or really as much as she cared to.
I'll get to the next match, which was an actual really good match. Drew McIntyre versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I enjoyed this.
You start first, because I have a few things to say.
All right, so this was a straight brawl, bro. Like, Gunther was slapping the shit out of Drew McIntyre, bro. Like, I was like, ouch, like, damn. Overall, this was a good match. I honestly enjoyed this, and the right winner won. Gunther retained the championship, and he's gonna break that record, and that's what I care about the most. I love Drew, but I still would have brought him back as a heel. Like, I hope he does something good after this and he doesn't just go away. But him winning the title, I honestly don't think he needed it, especially the IC championship.
I don't want Drew to win it either. I think that it's like I said, I'm trying to word this correctly here. It's beneath him.
Yeah.
Same with the WWE belt. It's beneath him. He's done it all. Again, the guy is a talented athlete, superstar, an absolute heavyweight in the ring. Great. I enjoy seeing him. He puts on definitely amazing matches. Look what he gave us at WrestleMania. 5 out of 5. All 3 men to me. Besides the Kenny and Ospreay match, then I would say that's the perfect wrestling match you could ever watch in your lifetime. But I considered those 3 heavyweights in that triple threat at WrestleMania to be the best wrestling I've seen in my lifetime.
I agree.
Yeah, like, to be honest, that was one of my favorite matches of that night at WrestleMania compared to the others that was that night too. But nonetheless, we come here and he just proves it again. Drew is not the guy that could take time away and then become rusty. He's very agile. He's very quick. He's very fast on his feet. And he hits. He hits. And even Gunther said that. Sheamus said that. He hits you. Like, he's really, really hard. And it's good.
Yeah.
Like, to an extent. You don't want you guys to be injured and feel unsafe and unprotected when they're working with other people. But when it comes down to those big matches, these title matches and stuff, you do want, like, competition. You do want a heavy brawler. You do want someone that will go above and beyond to fight, to the death. And honestly, it, to me, is, again, it doesn't really make a difference if he wins the belt or not. Like I said, it is beneath him. I feel like he should just start weighing out the heavyweight card and really focusing on that, and then maybe just leaving and calling it a day. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't really think he needs a belt to prove any worth to fans like myself. He's a champion in my eyes already, so there's no point.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you. I do want to say, though, Sheamus versus Gunther was another hard-hitting match that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. But that's the point, though, is people like Drew, people like Sheamus, people like Bronson Reed, people like Omos, people like Gunther. Those heavyweight, hard-hitting guys deserve to have a card that is full of exciting talent that is worked upon and utilized each and every week. We should be having Bronson Reed versus Sheamus matches, Gunther and Omos matches. We should have those matches because it gives that heavyweight division a good look. It does. Same thing goes for the mid cards. Same thing goes for the lower cards. You want to have your key factors, be really grounded in their work. And if they can show it at the highest capacity, then they should be rewarded for it. Whether it's a championship, whether it's a push, a good feud, a good story, a pay-per-view spot, whatever it is, they should be rewarded for it.
I agree. There was a part, though, that I forgot to mention in the Battle Royal when Bronson looked like a monster when he literally attacked Omos, like jumped on this dude like a beast. Like, I like what they're doing with
Sheamus Bronson. Hits that kick. It's fire.
Yeah. Like, and they got that big boy out of there, man. But they need to push Bronson, bro, because he's someone I really enjoy watching wrestle and just destroyed people, man. Like, because the dude's great. He's got a future.
Yeah. No, the Drew and Gunther match, always good. Another very good match of the night. I have nothing bad to say about that.
I agree. And now we're going to get into Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the World Championship, which was another really good match that I enjoyed.
Yeah. We'll let you start now.
All right. So this had a lot, man. This had Damian Priest coming out there, and he had me going for a moment. I thought he was going to cash it in, and then he distracted Finn in a way, and then he basically screwed Finn over because he handed him the briefcase, like he gave him the briefcase in the ring, and then Finn Balor was walking to it, gets curb stomped on it. Damian's literally yelling at the ref. He gets down and just doesn't even he doesn't even try to help Finn or try to distract the ref or anything. Like he didn't care, man. Like you could see it in his eyes. He stood there with like no emotion, not one little care. Like it was basically like a fuck you to him.
Yeah. We had Finn come out with the 7 on his shoulder where it happened 7 years ago.
Yeah, I like that.
He came and Seth came out with the same ring gear from 7 years ago. The match in the beginning to the middle to where Damian and all them came out was very hard hitting, very good. I was very happy with what we got from the actual fight itself. Was not disappointed at all. Though I thought they had missed an opportunity.
Finn should have won.
Finn definitely should have won. Damian should have cashed in.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
My theory was that after Sin and Finn came out, Damian was going to come out. Or Damian was going to come out with Seth. The moment the match was about to begin, Damian cashes it in, making it an unsuspected triple threat match. Finn, and Damian work together to beat up Seth. Finn goes for the pin. Damian breaks it.
Ooh.
Costing Finn and Damian to really fight one-on-one, making Seth look good, especially if he was going to take time away to go get surgery, take time to heal, whatever the case was going to be. Instead, what we got was what we got. So, but I was still going to have Finn retain. Finn win. But it was going to be that starting point, that break in the Judgment Day that we kind of saw tonight with how Damian acted when it was all said and done.
Yeah, like I really agree with you because I really feel Finn should have won this match. I was so behind this dude. Finn deserves his flowers. One of the best wrestlers. He gets beat every time. Like I know, yes, he's in a big pay-per-view. He's in a world championship match. That should be good enough. But man, he should have won.
He didn't get an opportunity to be champion.
Yeah, like
he was
injured. He got injured.
He's been NXT champion. I think he was UK NXT champion. He was Raw champion. He hasn't been heavyweight yet.
He should have.
And, it's one that he definitely deserves. The fact that they didn't utilize that, stupid.
Big Seth Rollins fan, like one of my favorites, but man, Finn needed the win way more than Seth Rollins. I'm just going to be real.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm very curious to see what or how Monday Night Raw goes about this Monday.
I heard reports saying that Payback is going to have Priest, Balor, and Rollins in a triple threat match. So
that's. I don't know but now they missed an opportunity. Why would they care now at Payback when we would have gave a shit more about it at SummerSlam?
This is what they do, bro.
The unexpected triple threat, if Damian decided to pull the trigger, many people would still be upset about it because people just like being upset about certain and stupid shit. But generally speaking, for fans like us that watch this and intently watch this and care about this product, this would have elevated this match even higher. Because now you're conducting two stories in one. You have Seth and Finn's story that has lasted 7 years. You now have the Judgment Day story that's breaking apart. Because if Damien were to cash that in before the match started, or even after the match started, and made it a triple threat, and Dom and Rhea came out like they did, what side is Dom and Rhea going to be on? Where does this put Dom and Rhea now? Does that then start to have a friction between those two? Does Dirty Dom go on his own without Mommy?
I don't think that needs to happen.
But that's the fun now, because now you've just broadened your horizons of what could happen if you were to have done this. You could have had multiple different stories to where Payback would have truly been a payback pay-per-view. Finn and Damien going at each other in a one-on-one, title, no title. Exciting. There's no doubt about it. Because we know No Mercy, when it comes, is going to be Dominic versus Wesley or Dragon Lee or one of them. It's perfect.
Yeah. Like I said, really disappointed that Finn didn't win. Like, they did this with Asuka. They didn't pull the trigger on her at WrestleMania, but when she was so over, man, that crowd wanted Asuka. That's all you heard was Asuka chants. But no, they waited 2 months later for Night of Champions when it didn't really matter to me. And then since, bro, I'm just going to be real. Like, I'm going to get right into this triple threat because this match just was not good at all, in my opinion. There was some parts I was like, all right, that was cool, but this was not good. Like, being honest, this was not good. It was really sloppy. There was a lot of just not good parts. Like, the best part of this whole match is when EO's music goes off and this place erupted, including me, and she comes running down with Bayley, and she cashes in and does her move off the moonsault off the turnbuckle, and went 1, 2, 3, wins the championship, and Dakota Kai shows up. Yeah. This was awesome. Best part of the whole match of the triple threat in this. Like, this was the best part. Like, I was so happy for EO.
Me too. EO deserved it. I mean, this is exciting. I want to see now EO and Asuka feud. I said it on the live stream before. I don't care if they talk to each other in Japanese. Give me the subtitles. I'll read it. I'm willing to read it. Like, I want the feud. I think this is perfect. Build it up now for, Payback. You have a very simple pay-per-view coming up. Push it through. There was a lot of botches here tonight.
Yeah.
There was the Charlotte dive. Miss Bianca totally landed on the opposite side of her.
I was like, bro.
There was the Asuka dive on the top rope. Didn't hit that right. There was the Bianca helping Asuka to the rope, to get the rope, to then still botch the move anyway. There was the missed opportunity for the cause of the reason why Bianca got hurt, because she hit her knee.
And then she just got up. And
No. She that was her knee hitting those steps legitimately. There was legit paramedics. There was all the referees. There was everybody from the back that came out. That cameraman had to pan away so quickly when all those guys in the black shirts came out.
Yeah.
Because she was hurt. The whole stadium heard that dong the moment she hit it.
I heard it too, man, and I was like, holy shit. And she wins. That's the craziest part. She won the match and all screwed up, basically.
Yeah, and then Bianca. Yeah, it just was bad.
Yeah, man.
This was poor timing, poor spot placement. Um, it was bad. It was bad.
Thank
Little
you, Ego.
we're supposed to be reading the chat. It looks like, as one of your commenters says. I haven't really read the chat. I'm sorry, but I've been talking, so unfortunately I haven't been reading the chat. But I guess it's been a lot of funny shit's been happening in your chat.
Yeah, I see that now. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
you're gonna have to go through your chat maybe later on and see what's going on. They're talking about vacant fathers. That's what I've gotten out of all of this.
Yeah,
Some guy ran away. Father ran away from him to
I'm
get
not
milk.
trying
He's
to
never
laugh.
come back. Yeah, but the other guy got almond milk instead. So he's like, "Fuck the guy anyway." Then I don't know. Then they kind of banded together to form like a mini jabroni squad,
You guys kill me,
army,
man.
and fucking now they're like the guys aren't even reading the chat. They're just like our dads. They all left us. They don't even want to talk to us. Uh, yeah, like Brandon, you're gonna have to like read this shit for us, or at least like give us the breakdown because I don't really know what's going on. I kind of keep glancing at it as the chat keeps going wild, and honestly, like between Vacant and Little Jabroni, I'm dying over here because these guys. I'm sorry about your dads if that's a real story. Like that shit sucks, but like I don't know what the hell is going on in this fucking chat. Y'all chat's fucking wild, guys.
My
wild.
chat or like my screen doesn't like show me the whole screen. I don't know why it only works for Brandon for some reason because I only see a few things. That's why I trust me, I would be reading it because our chats do get pretty funny with the people.
Yeah,
I do apologize, guys. My bad.
I mean, I'm cool. I'm reading it. This is wild shit.
Yeah, Brandon, you can see.
If you want to hop on quick and read the chats, please do because this shit's wild.
Shit's been because I am.
All I know is 3 people lost their fathers because of milk. After this point, right now,
I don't laugh at that, but that's funny.
Like all three people's fathers disappeared. They went to go get milk from 7-Eleven. I guess they never came back. I might have more stripes than your father, I guess. Yeah, maybe. At least he commented the tie. Yeah, that's some funny shit.
Thank you guys for being here at 1:40 in the morning. Like,
yeah, seriously. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the tie jokes. They lasted longer than your dad, I guess it seems. So it's
oh my gosh.
It's something wild, but yeah, wow. But Botchamania for sure for that triple threat match.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're gonna definitely have to give me a breakdown of what's going on in your chat because all I know so far is 3 guys lost their dads to milk. And
I'm high as shit. I'm laying in bed laughing my ass off. I've got to be up at work in the morning, but I cannot go to bed without fucking reading this fucking chat right now. You
give me a second.
Explain to us what's going on with the chat.
Oh, hold up. If y'all have a moment, we're gonna break down this little story. Hold on. I gotta get comfortable here for a moment. I'm getting fucking old. It happens. All right, and
chat's fucking funny.
Woo. All right, are we? Ooh. So let's see. Let's see. The little jabroni first commented, and this is where I think all the gallon of milk stuff started. It said, "I wanted Rhonda to win, and then my daddy threatened to beat me up and never come back from getting a gallon of milk."
I'm taking a hit for that.
Oh, hold on, wait, bro. I'll join you. I gotta There's a lot of funny ones on these, but you said
Yeah, there was someone talking about a blunt taking a hit with me. I was like, "What's up?"
Oh well, shit. That was Snoop Dogg's blunt, by the way. He said he had a blunt the size of Nikita Lyons' ass for you.
That's funny shit.
That's a pretty big blunt. By the way.
That's a pretty thick
Yeah,
blunt,
well.
by the way.
Yeah, for real, thick.
I don't know if y'all seen that one picture today, but goddamn, JoJo, you know the
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
With
Now that's got
everybody
that
saying-
robot set.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but hold up. I had to grab a pen real quick. All right, Uncle Brandon here is gonna break down all these comments about some daddies. Whew. All right.
That was funny, man. What you just said.
Whew. Oh, holy shit! I gotta find my place, man. There was a lot of these. Excuse me.
So the guy's father's beating his ass because Ronda didn't win is kind of where this all started.
And then it said the biggest botch of the night was my life. And
I'm not supposed to laugh at that.
then it said,
I saw that comment.
and then hold
Jesus
on, wait,
Christ.
let's see, where does it get back to the dad comments? Back to the dad comments. Oh, the little jabroni also said, I have a vacancy in my heart now. Oh wait, no, Vacant said jabroni. We share the same story. Little jabroni said, I have a vacancy in my heart now, Vacant. And then Vacant said, it's okay because I'm there for you vacantly.
These guys are awesome.
And then it says,
50
every
episodes.
jabroni grows into a Brahma bull eventually. And then it says, I feel less vacant, LOL. I'm right there with you. We don't need our dads. They can keep the gallon of milk. I bought almond milk.
Right, that's when I tuned back in on that one.
And then it says, I wanted to grow up to be AJ Styles. The only bull I know was what my dad gave my mom. Now they don't want me, and I'm so hungry. And, and then it says, and then Ancient Fart said, the little jabroni, sorry, I never came back. I got lost in the sun, like my son. And then Ancient Fart said, I couldn't see the house and walked into a bright future with you. And then the little jabroni said, oh, wait. Oh, this is a fucking remix of fucking Akon. It said, I woke up in the middle of the night. Then I realized my daddy wasn't by my mommy's side. So, for him, I was fiending. Thought I was dreaming. So I had to take a little ride. Reminiscing on my 12 years, trying to figure out what I did to make it go bad. Because ever since my daddy left me, I've been so lonely. And then Vacant commented, I'm so vacant, I have nobody.
God, bro.
Wow.
Dying over here.
And then it says, I feel you, homie. Jabroni, I'm locked up. Can't make it to the house locked up. Did I hear the words locked up?
Bro, I can't breathe right now. I'm seriously about to die from this.
Jesus.
Oh,
You guys are awesome.
oh,
You
hold
guys
up. It
gotta
gets
watch
better.
this chat,
It gets
I tell you
better. So Raleigh said, hi, guys, from the UK. What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
And then Lil Jabroni, Darius Johnson said, Lil Jabroni be a RSN. I feel you, homies. And then Vacant said, what's up? Oh, Willis, Raleigh Sports. And Vacant, did your dad ever come back from the store with the milk? And then, hold on, wait, let's see, where's the next one? There's a lot of read the comments. And let's see. But sloppy, no Vacant. My daddy probably got hit by a car. His grave filled, my heart left, ...
Oh my God, bro. You guys got some daddy.
Oh, bro, that's fucked up. You know, they're going through some shit, and you're over here crying.
Sorry, but
Bastard.
for real.
Oh, how dare you, Joe?
I'm a heel. I'm sorry.
And then it says, he seems to have forgotten us tonight. My heart is more vacant now than ever. That's talking about you, Joe.
My bad.
And I don't think they're reading the comments is what Lil Jabroni said. And then it said, I feel that it's just like our dads with that gallon of milk.
I'm sorry.
And then it says, hold up. this feels like trying to talk to Dad before he went to the store, and I remember telling him, please don't go, and he ignored me.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to laugh, but y'all are hilarious. Yeah, for real, bro. I'm laughing my ass off.
Of that one. Oh. LOL, the one-shot killers. We have running joke explained to our friendly guest. Yes, sir. And nice tie. You got more stripes than my father.
See, that's the one I remember. That's the one I last seen.
And hey, man. You know that I know that I know that we know that they know. Well, my dad left me for a gallon of milk and never came back like 50 episodes away. So I'm not alone anymore. Others can relate to me. We are vacant brothers. Shame, shame, shame. Tell your guest he's cool. Y'all should feature him more. Well, Dylan, we will feature you more. And Dylan will be back on tomorrow following when I get off work to talk about AEW Collision from tonight.
Yeah, which was a great show, but I can't wait for that tomorrow.
So, what do y'all think about all these issues?
The daddy issues?
That's right.
Sucks. You know, I don't know what to say. I mean, good luck to you. Hopefully,
some weed.
Yeah, hopefully some gallons of milk will make you feel better, and maybe if you get tie with some.
You just said maybe die.
Maybe if you get a tie with some stripes, you'll have more courage to fight on with the fact that your father's never coming back.
Some weed.
At least your dad's not Vince McMahon.
I mean, I think that's a real big win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
if Vince McMahon, I would want him to also leave.
And y'all know this. Y'all know we all love you. This is all good and fun. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves. But this is on some true shit. All right. All right. It's just like I tell my girlfriend all the time. I can't be your dad, but I can be your daddy. All right. And now I can't be your daddy, but I can be your Uncle B. All right. And so
that's worse. I'll be honest. I think that's actually worse. Being my uncle. I kind of would almost rather you be my daddy. Than my uncle.
Thank you.
Uncles get a lot of bad raps, and where ties hang in the closet is a lot of the problem. But
I always said it like this, man. If I could have a kid tomorrow, I'd bust my ass for him. But at the same time, I can understand. You go into Walmart, y'all ever hear them little kids crying because they can't get the fuck they want? We all hear them screaming across Walmart. That is a reminder to me to wear a condom.
For real.
Like, if you ever need it, look, I might just do it one day. I might just fucking go into Walmart, film something, and then I might make it a video and be like, reasons to wear protection. If you're going in heat, shield your meat.
I thought you were going to just go into Walmart and wear a condom is what I thought I was going to get out of that. And I was going to be like, well, I mean, at least you're protected from a lot of the diseases that are in Walmart. So that's it's a good safety guard.
But Steve, my dream for Halloween actually is not to be a rubber band man. All right, my dream is to be weed man. All right, because look, your daddy. All right, because look, your daddy left you weed. All right, you fucking had a hard day at work. Weed, bored as fuck. Weed, JoJo. Weed. All right, so
that made me laugh. Hush.
Yeah, damn it, yeah. Go for it, you little piggy. Go for it, yeah.
Damn Vince.
Go for it. Make yourself famous. Do it, damn it. Do it.
I got some wax to smoke.
Bet. I won't make you laugh off the wax. I promise. Yeah. Oh.
What did you guys think about the main event, though? That's what we didn't talk about.
I thought it was fucking awesome.
Wow.
Dylan, you want to read that one?
Any thoughts on the main event? SummerSlam, they have daddy issues too. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, like he's not wrong. Ancient Farts. That's a great fucking name. I'll be honest. I hope some of y'all come over to my channel as well, because some of this might be enjoyed by a lot of the guests that I do have on there. I have a lot of new guests and returning ones, but Ancient Farts. Going back to the gassy question, I would say that good. At least someone got the reference. The name is Last Week in Wrestling Podcast. I can't write it in the description, but someone.
Oh my God!
Someone can.
I got you. Last week,
someone could definitely do that for me, but nonetheless. No, I thought the main event was really good. Definitely didn't see Jimmy being the one to cost Jay the title. It definitely sets up Payback. It definitely sets up a lot of things going forward. I know that there was a video of them going viral like a few weeks back, maybe a month and a half ago now, of them talking about whatchamacallit, doing an actual thing itself.
Well, I told my dad. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I just had to read this real quick.
No, go ahead.
I told my dad I don't need him anymore, and I told him that I bought almond milk, and he said, "You like almond's milk."
Oh my God, man! I'm glad you said this before it took a hit.
Oh, bro, what he's telling you is that vacant can paint a wall wider than Sheamus.
I'm about to go take a hit over here before you make me laugh.
Wear a condom in Walmart makes you a security guard by default. Yeah, hit that shit, damn it.
I laughed a little when you said that.
Or I'll fire your ass now. Yeah, I'll follow you too. All right, and that is Last Week in Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you give our brothers a like.
We do.
Comment.
So we do over on the channel. I guess I'll plug it now that we're talking about it. We every Wednesday, every Saturday we do AEW Dynamite and Collision watch-alongs. Every Thursday is a new podcast episode, and then on normally either Sundays or Mondays we do a podcast episode as well. And on Tuesdays, I think starting this week, we're also going to be doing NXT watch-alongs as well. So I'm very excited to be doing that going forward. And a lot of big things are hopefully on the way. We had a little bit of a speed bump recently, so hopefully that gets fixed, and that way we can be back on the road to success over here. But yeah. But overall, I thought the main event was definitely cool. It was definitely good. Jimmy was definitely a big surprise. Didn't expect that at all in the slightest. Definitely thought that there was going to be a bigger return, like Rikishi, Brock. It's crazy.
God.
In all seriousness now, what's your thoughts about Jimmy? He's a piece of shit. What up,
Jimmy.
fellas? What's up, Joey?
What's up, Joey? This
And
comment, bro.
Lit Match Wrestling. What up, bastards? My dad ain't returning either. Yeah.
These daddy issues, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what's everyone's daddy's issues,
look,
but let's not bring that over to my channel, please, because I don't know how to handle all that.
We're all in the wrestling community, right? All right, you may have lost your daddies, but damn it, Vince gave you a mommy.
Mommy.
Watch, that's what's going to be on my channel is mommy issues. And I shit you not. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. If that's
My dad got too lit Hey, I'm getting lit.
God, bro, you guys are killing me, man. I love this. You guys are
But
awesome.
Dylan, this is the fun. This is the fun we're gonna bring to you.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fun. All right, at 2:00 in the morning. You know, this wasn't what I expected. That is for sure. At all in the slightest.
We're unexpected. You never know what's gonna happen.
No, listen, it makes it more fun and unpredictable. I do enjoy that, so I do thank y'all for that because it's very amusing. That is for sure. Crazy fucking people.
I do want to say fuck Jimmy. When he grabbed my boy, bro. I know Jay wasn't gonna win. He shouldn't have won. But man, there was parts I thought he was gonna. And when Jimmy pulled his leg out, and then I seen a hoodie, I knew it was Jimmy. And then he took off that hoodie, and I was like, no. And that place booed. You could hear "fuck you, Jimmy." Fuck you, Jimmy chants, and WWE didn't like censor it or anything. They just let it happen. So I was happy about that. But yeah, fuck you, Jimmy.
Say hello to your guest for me. What's up, bro?
What's up? How are we?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. I got tears in my eyes.
Yeah, you guys are dying over there in more ways than one.
I don't met Jeebus today.
But no, and to Joey's point, that's what they kind of wanted is the Jimmy J at WrestleMania. They wanted that big pay-per-view, and I feel like that could be what we're getting.
How many times have we seen brother versus brother and it not be that interesting?
Well, I think with the bloodline is a different story. I think here with how they've been building things concurrently, mind you, this story's been lasting 3 years.
True.
And it still hasn't gotten stale. And tonight, even though we're not a fan of Jimmy at the moment, we're still happy that this is what we got instead.
Oh, I agree.
I feel like if we just got Solo doing his thing, and then getting the win, and then not, that's that.
Oh my God.
Hey, Joe. Read that.
Sam, I am. Hey, I'm here to collect taxes, pay up fatherhood or fatherless. All I have to pay. What is with these fathers?
All them scummy ass, broke ass daddies about to be more broke because they got to pay their kids.
They got to pay them taxes.
Just imagine, right? Your kid's 17 years old. He ain't ever met you once, and then he just found out that you exist, and he just shows up at your door. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm your kid.
I want money."
Yeah.
And also, I want you to teach me how to pass a football.
They ain't doing that shit. Not after all that time.
I'm about to take me another fat hit, dude.
Do you think you can handle it?
I got the grapefruits, pal.
I don't know about that, damn it. All I see is a little boy who cries over Ellie and I, but I'll give you something to about, damn it. All right, I gave you Big Daddy Roman, all right, and he beat the shit out of you.
Is this a little bitch hit?
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm going to catering. I'm going to catering where Cameron Grimes is.
Oh, bro, I thought you were going to say you're going to go to catering and clear out that bitch, but that works too.
No, I'm kidding. Cameron was on the show tonight, but he barely did anything.
Hey, where was the new Hurt Business at? Were they on the show tonight? Anybody?
No, they weren't. I wish they were or something.
So you're telling me that was built up on SmackDown and tonight they did nothing with it?
Correct.
Where's the surprises we were supposed to get besides like EO cashing in? I knew
Dakota came back. Is that a surprise? Anybody?
Yeah. Surprisingly lame.
Dakota?
Oh, well, I was happy for that. I'm not gonna lie, because that was a good moment. But
and then I got to ask y'all's opinion on something, and I really want to know how you feel about it. Biggie being told by doctors to never wrestle again.
That breaks my heart, man.
That was the most heart-fucking breaking shit I read this morning. It was actually the very first Instagram post I read today. I cried my fucking eyes out.
listen, it is definitely sad. 100%. Though they also told Edge not to do it again.
True.
Yet,
He was gone for 9 years, though.
9 years. Big E could leave for a few years, maybe do a couple of indie shows, minor wrestling moments, be a producer, something in the back, trainer. Then give him a match. After all of that time, give him a match.
I agree. Because
the worst that could happen, I mean, the severe worst is either death or paralysis, but the worst that could happen is he looks rusty. He's bad. He's not performing well, but he'll know that before the doctors and the staff and the team and everybody else. So to me, I would rather him be. Haven't we heard that before from doctors? Brian, Edge, Age. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, look at Brian Danielson.
True. Yeah.
Look at Edge. Look at Paige. Look at Saraya.
One thing Brian said too about his retirement is it wasn't so much the concussions and stuff like that as it was lying to the WWE about his injuries and
Boston, yeah.
And then what did he say? He said that was why they made him GM even though he was cleared by several doctors.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't
take wrestling out of the man. You know, you can't. He's going to be a wrestler forever.
Mm-hmm.
You can take the man out of wrestling for sure.
Well, one thing he said too, is when he left WWE, is he loves Vince, he loves the WWE, but the problem is
that's good and plenty until you're paralyzed.
Right. He said the problem with WWE is they were never going to let him be him. They were never going to let him wrestle.
Right. There was a lot of, creative differences.
Right. And I think because of that, and I think they're worried about the risk involved with Brian and maybe, the fear of another Benoit is that, it's better to keep him retired because, like you said, one of the reasons they retired him, even though being cleared by doctors, was the fact that he lied to them. And so, if he's hiding all these injuries, if something happens, what the fuck?
Yeah.
See, to be honest with you,
from a company perspective,
I'm trying to see how I can word this correctly. Look, this business is a very physical business, whether people want to call it fake or not. Okay, let's just get that out of the way.
It's not ballet.
Poor performing industry. These men and women perform stunts that, yes, are choreographed, and the outcomes are already predetermined. The stunts that they perform can become life-threatening. Look at what has happened with Ridge Holland currently.
Oh, yeah, he broke his neck on an episode of SmackDown.
Broke his neck?
I heard it.
He broke Big E. Big E's still alive. He just recently hurt one of the guys from Pretty Deadly, but they will survive. This business that we cherish and that we watch as fans is a very violent and accident-prone business. And when you enter that ring, you better pray to God that they don't slip out of your hand, or one table spot or chair move or turnbuckle bomb doesn't cost you your life. Nobody wants to be a Lex Luger.
What was it?
Nobody wants to be paralyzed.
No.
Look at drugs.
Yeah.
D'Lo Brown did not mean to make drugs paralyzed. Now, mind you, drugs and rest in peace, Drax. But Drax knew it was a mistake. He knew that. D'Lo still probably can't forgive himself to this day for it, but he said he was sorry, and Drax forgave him. He didn't go in there. He wasn't like
looking to do it.
You know, like he wasn't like Sabu or New Jack, who go in there willing to give the best performance of their life.
Austin came back from
them their bodies. These men and these women take time to perfect the moves that they do, like the triple threat match that we saw tonight.
Was awful.
They probably practiced that for a while.
Both of them.
All three of them.
They should have practiced a little more to them.
They probably should have practiced a little more. And or they should have not sped the pace of their movements as quickly as they did.
I mean, and not only that, injuries are prone to happen from your first match to your last, but, another thing, too, that plays a toll on the body, and, like, I'm not shitting on any other sports leagues, but you got to understand that professional sports have some kind of off season, whether it be a month or a few. And the WWE, for the large part, does not have one now. They have less dates than what they did 10, 20 years ago. And I'm happy about that because, look, wrestling 300 dates a year was the full-time schedule.
That's ridiculous.
For the PG era. Yep. And I guarantee you a lot of guys being addicted to drugs, a lot of guys dying, and a lot of different trauma areas was because look at what you're putting your body through. Night in and night out, 300 days a year. You are off 65 days throughout the year. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Then, now they've lowered it to 200. And that's a little better. That's 165 days off per year, which is about a regular work schedule. That's fine. But, even still, a regular work schedule, you're not fucking taking bumps and traveling. That all plays a part. And so I think, honestly, when you look at the WWE, as far as injuries, it's also that schedule that just never ends.
Yeah. And it's the moves that they do in and out of the ring. It's the house shows. It's the live shows. It's the pay-per-views. It's this. It's that. Then if they go for people like AEW, go to the indies. Go to minor promotions. Go to more aggressive promotions. Go to just AEW shows. AEW now house shows. It's a lot. It's a lot on the body. It's a lot of physicality. Mind you, these men and women go from waking up to training to lunch, back to training, setting up, wardrobe, match, back home, quick sleep, up, travel again, repeat, rinse, repeat.
Respect. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be a wrestler.
Same with football.
Oh, yeah, I agree. As a little boy, nothing more in this world, I wanted to be a wrestler, right? But I hear that travel and what you just said on that schedule, busy, grind. And I mean, I'm doing, at my job now, 98 hours in a payroll schedule, 2 weeks. But I'm coming home every night, you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine being on the road, on the next flight out, not knowing when you're going to be home next.
Mick Foley would do a match, drive 6 to 12 hours, depending on where the next show was, get to the next show by the early morning, watch the sun rise, go to a hotel, sleep on the couch because he didn't want to pay for the hotel room, or sleep in his car, mind you, in the parking lot of the stadium where he's going to be performing that night, wait till the bus and everybody else comes, then go inside, practice, get ready, eat, perform, and then do it again.
That's still crazy.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't.
That's why I respect look, I want y'all to know this. Outside of characters, because I talk a lot of shit, and I'm not going to stop. Outside of a character perspective, genuinely as a human being, I respect each and every one of these men and women because I'm telling you, that is a schedule that I promise you a lot of us could not handle.
No.
And, you got to be something special. You got to be an anomaly to do something like that. And that's why very, very few get to that level because there's so much that's required to make it. And, that's when you're into WWE. That's not talking about, going to wrestling school, spending $3,000 in the course of 8 months, and then also working part-time jobs, working full-time jobs, trying to make it $20 a night on an indie show once you're trained. And then hopefully a promoter will see you, notice you, and then call you up. And, wrestlers go through so fucking much. I personally, I'm telling you now, as somebody who, it's kind of weird because I can be the greatest extrovert on here, but when I'm at home in my personal life, I'm very introverted. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it, man.
I agree, man. I respect them. I really do. But, it's not for me.
I tell you now, I work a regular job. That's 5 days. That's about 40 to 45 hours a week. And then after that, I do the podcast and watch-alongs 6 to sometimes 7 days out of the week, sometimes 14 days out of the week. If there's 2 pay-per-views back-to-back, mind you, that's 2 to 4 hours to sometimes 5 hours a night. So we're talking about 100 hours, if not more. Then all the other little minor things that we all do to get our product out there, the marketing, the promotions, the emailing, the texting, the calling, the getting together, the cancellations, the quick sub-ins, this, that, the third. It's a lot. Now, mind you, we're home as of now, for now, hopefully one day, hopefully soon, we could travel and be able to do a lot more fun things out and about in the world than in our own homes. But mind you, for the time being, we get to go to bed every night in a nice bed that's our own. We don't have to worry about a hotel stay or staying in a car or staying in the back of a bus or staying in the parking lot.
I agree with you, brother. I'll give you this. So let's say you work 8 hours a day, right?
Yep.
And if the average person works 8 hours a day and they sleep 8 hours a day, that means getting ready, eating, spending time with your family, checking your phone, all has to be done in another 8 hours. And dead ass, a lot of people, they, especially in my own family, they think, oh, when I say I work, 98 hours in a 2-week span, just regular job, not podcast, nothing else. Everybody thinks I'm bullshitting. That is my previous pay for the last 2 weeks, 98.06. And
Wow.
And then on top of that, I probably sleep maybe about 6 hours a night. I'm a big fan of Steve Harvey, and he said that
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
Exactly, because 8 hours is a third of your life. If you ever wish to be successful, you cannot be sleeping 8 hours a day.
Yep.
And I've stuck with that. And then the words here by Denzel Washington: without dedication, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish. For me, I talk very openly about my past, about dropping out of high school, not keeping a job, just kind of fucking up 18 to 21. And then this last year and 6 months, just finally getting it together. But one of the biggest things I had to learn was you have to get dedicated about something. You got to have a dream, man, that's bigger than all your fears, that's going to get you up in the fucking morning, make you want to do something. Because for me, that was my biggest problem. I was so deep in here in my fucking depression and shit, I felt as if I had no reason for my place in life. And therefore, I never wanted to do more because I never thought I could be more. The moment I started coating myself with positivity, day in and day out, and I was listening to the words of Les Brown, Steve Harvey, Denzel Washington, T.D. Jakes, and all these great men who, were similar in situations to me, because I've been homeless. I know what it's like to scrape up change to find your next meal. I know what it's like to be fucking bottomed out by the world. And just like me, these men have been through the same thing and they still made it. All right. Steve Harvey has no education, still made it. Divorced twice, lived in a car for 3 years, still made it. And that just kind of reminded me, like, okay, if I see myself so similarly to these great men and they still made it, why can't I?
Broke twice and still made it. Steve Harvey.
Exactly.
His second wife took everything, and he had to go broke. He was broke all over again, and he had to
Mhm.
redo it again.
Yeah, which
Crazy.
that's a feat. You didn't just make it once; you made it twice, and that's just crazy, man. And but I respect him so much for that.
Yeah.
And that really got me to a point of knowing where I wanted to be personally. And so I would just listen to a video by him every single day. It's like an hour long. I have to send it to you. And it just always reminded me, just keep fucking going, keep fucking going. Ignore the doubters. Find something you want to do and do it. All right, what was my dream as a little boy? I wanted to be a wrestler. All right, well, one, I'm too heavy. And then on top of that, when I was a little kid, I fucked up my neck wrestling. It's probably not going to happen. All right, but what can I do outside of this? All right, my mom and everybody around me has always talked about I have this gift to gab. And, I was talking to you a little bit about that at a time, Dylan, about having that gift and fucking to tell stories and to get somebody to feel something, you know. And I've always known that about myself, and I've always been told, funny as hell, you got wisdom beyond your years and shit like that. You're just a little lazy. And which, truth. And so I was like, okay, well, I love wrestling more than anything. This is the only thing I've loved since I was 3 years old. And on top of that, my best friend also really fucking loves this business. And, so we just started talking about it. And then, it took a little bit, and it still takes a little bit, man. For every step forward, I probably take two back. And, so I'm still getting it together. I'm a work in progress every single day. But doing this podcast, man, has brought a sense of life. Sense of life, man, that I can never, ever repay. No. And, I've told you this story, and I've told everybody here this story, but, I was on a plane ride where I had flown out to see my sister. I flew first class there, only time I've ever been on first class my entire life. And then I flew in the back of the plane on the way back. And my Aunt Tina had bought the tickets. The reason why she did this is because she said she wanted to expose me to more in the hopes that if I was exposed to more, I would want more. All right? And because you can't want something you've never seen. And so I remember being in first class, and they give you free drinks, a bigger choice of the menu, your seat's bigger, they give you a warm towel. They treat you like a little fucking king. And I'm sitting
like a little prince.
I'm sitting next to all these elderly men, right? And they're all in suits and shit. And one guy asked me, and he goes, young man, he goes, for you to be here, you must be doing something special. What are your plans? What are your goals? And I'm like, I don't know. And I told him the truth that, I've been lost and that I was flying out here to see my aunt and my sister. And I told him how my sister was going to college. She was working at a great company, and she's getting paid very, very comfortably well. And, and I told her that, I'm just trying to find my place to catch up to her. And then he said the same thing that Steve Harvey said. And he said that it's in your gift. It's what you do the best with the least amount of effort. Find your gift, and you'll find your route to success. Don't worry about dropping out, because dropping out doesn't mean shit. The richest men on the planet have no education. Yep. He said it's a skill that you have that's already innately in you that will take you to places you never thought you could be. Well, at this time, too, I was also working at Taco Bell, only making $300 every 2 weeks. I don't feel very motivated even hearing this from this man. And, I spent the week out with my sister. I had a great time, but I'm going to skip the story onto a plane ride back. On the plane ride back, I may have been probably about as far as I am right here to the punching bag. Probably about not even about 10 feet. And I was just thinking to myself, how many times, because the first class curtain is a gray see-through, so it kind of felt like the glass ceiling on my life, and I kind of wondered how many times have I been right there, but I've been too afraid to go through. And I realized then and there, if I don't do something with my life now, it's going to be too late, and I'm going to come to regret it. And that's also where I learned that if you ever want to know where the most treasures lie on this earth, it's not in a museum, it's not in a bank or anything like that. It's in a graveyard. Because in a graveyard, you see so many people who were buried with their dreams, their talents, their gifts that could have changed the world, but yet they did nothing with them.
Right.
And I didn't want to be one of those people. And in the last year and 6 months, I became assistant manager at my job. We're pretty close to 1,000 on here. And,
I am proud of you, brother.
Thank you, bro. I'm proud of you.
Like,
You've been
no, seriously, no. I'm proud of you, man. Like, seriously, you're doing great.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. And that's why, I tell you too, Joe, all the time, don't fucking give up, man. I don't care what life has done to you. I don't care where life is going right now. Look beyond your current situation, because anything can happen. If I can do this, man, tell me why can't any of you?
I agree.
And, I'm proud of you. You've been my best friend since 6th fucking grade, bro. You are the only motherfucker to ever stick with me. Like, I always tell you all the time, I love wrestling because in the worst moments of my life, this was the only place that was here. This is the only thing that was there, was this business. And when my family left me, girls left me, friends left me, when I was fucking up my life and I was leaving myself, this business was always here. And you've been here too. And you got me through a lot of shit that people will never know. I appreciate the fuck out of you for that. Seriously. What I'm telling you, this story, this comeback story I'm telling you about, that doesn't happen without you. Understand that.
I appreciate that, brother. Seriously. Like, you're one of my best friends as well. And this podcast means so much to me, man. That's why, like I said, I always want to go, like, I want to be live as much as I can, because like this is my gift. I feel like this is something I love doing. I love coming on here talking, just giving my opinion on the wrestling shows, because I always want to be honest. Like, I don't want to just sit there and say something is good and if it wasn't. Like tonight, like there was some good, there was some bad, and that's just like how I am. Like I like to be honest.
I agree, and I mean, like, I don't see all right, you got to understand my mindset here. I don't see criticism as a bad thing. I see it like this. Joe, you've watched this business since you were probably about 4 or 5. I've been watching it since I was 3. Dylan, maybe you can probably count on about the same time. And a lot of you in the audience, you've probably been watching since you were a little kid at some point. And, if you've been watching for over 10 years, you care about this fucking business and you want to see it thrive because it used to be better and it can be better. I have no problem telling you when something's good and when something's bad. Now, I make a lot of fucking jokes. You got to understand when I'm bullshitting you and when I'm not. But, you'll catch that if you keep watching. And when you're being honest and you're saying like, hey, I didn't enjoy this, at least I'm not just saying, hey man, this fucking sucks, fuck this, fuck that. I'm at least going to tell you why I'm saying fuck this, fuck that.
And that's what we do. We give reasons to why, and that's what I like. Like the same with movies. Like if a movie sucked, say I love Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2. But
Jeepers Creepers 3 sucked balls.
It sucked. The 4th one I have not seen, so I can't really say anything. But
I don't want to watch it.
Jeepers Creepers 3 sucked balls.
It did, man. Look, the first ever horror.
What a fucking description. That's great.
Have you seen it?
I haven't. I stopped watching it, I think, after 2.
So Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 I grew up on, right? And Joe,
yeah.
which I know you noticed. I grew up on Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Jeepers Creepers was actually the very first horror movie I ever seen. So I was excited when Jeepers Creepers 3 came out. Bro, not even halfway through that fucking movie, I remember we were in theater premiere night. I wanted to fucking leave. And bro, that shit was so...
You know what movie I walked out of? Suicide Squad, the one with Jared Leto.
Fucking hate that fucking movie. That is a garbage piece of shit fucking
I walked out the moment he did his little stupid ass laugh around all the knives. I was like, all right, I'm done. I've given it enough time.
Fuck Jared Leto and the emo ass dick he wrote in on. All right, no. That fucking ruined the Joker, bro. And you know, honestly, man, I have never been so fucking... Actually, wait, no, there was one that disappointed me even worse. The Last Jedi.
I haven't seen that, so I can't
I'm not a Star Wars fan, so that's all you.
Oh, well, fuck. All right, I can't talk about that. Are y'all Spider-Man fans? Did anybody ever watch Spider-Man 2? 1?
Yes.
Those suck. Spider-Man. And here's my problem. I know a lot of people say Spider-Man 3 sucked. The first half of it did not. It's only when they bring in Venom does the movie get fucked up.
Yeah, I love Spider-Man 1. That's always going to be my favorite one. And I also like
Spider-Man 2. Like, if you're talking about, like, little... Like, bro, this is for me when I was, like, 3 or 4 years old. Legit. WWE. Spider-Man 1 and 2. Fucking... And Jeepers Creepers and Tarzan.
I love Jurassic World, bro.
What a fucking combo. What a fucking combo.
But, like, bro, Phil Collins did not need to go that hard. That's all I can say about Tarzan.
Like, you ever watch Fast and Furious?
I'm not a car guy, so no.
They were pretty... I'm not going to lie. The first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the fifth one are the best. After that, well, the seventh one is good too. But after that, it kind of just... I don't know.
They made 7?
What?
Yeah, for Paul Walker. And then... Well, he died halfway through it.
I seen Fast Furious 7 in theaters.
Yeah, me too, bro. That hit me hard, bro. Like, holy shit.
You know, it was the first time I'd ever heard that song. It's overplayed now, but at the time, you would
see
fucking
you
eyes
again.
Yeah. man, that shit was so sad. We all cried. Everybody in the fucking theater cried, man.
They played this emotional, like, story to it. I was just like, damn, man. They know how to make a grown man cry.
But they should have stopped at Furious 7. I did not like Furious 8 at all.
I mean, I'm not watching really after that. Like, the seventh one ends with this perfect story, and then they continue it. And I'm like, ugh. I watched them, but it's like, they're not my favorite at all.
I agree. And Hobbs and Shaw was kind of iffy.
That's what
Roman Reigns was in. And, but yeah, man, the point is, like, all right, like, you know they're making a White Chicks too. I grew up on it because of my sister and my mom.
I loved the first one, but I didn't know they were coming out with a second.
Yeah, and I'm afraid it's going to ruin that movie. It would just be like Forrest Gump too.
Let's not do a second one. And a Joe Dirt too, bro. Joe Dirt 1 was the best, but the second one, no.
Like, bro, that's like when, what was that shitty ass Looney Tunes movie they remade?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't.
Space Jam.
Yeah, that was fucking awful, bro. I'm sorry. If y'all sat through that shit, I am sorry.
I refuse to watch it.
I was going to go see it, but then,
And everybody knows I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Dragon Ball Evolution. Fucking garbage.
Your Dragon Ball?
I watched that.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I was into Power Rangers.
You're dragging your balls, or?
I mean, bro... At this point, got to carry that shit in a wheelbarrow. I understand.
I'm a Power Ranger guy. You guys ever watch Power Rangers?
My buddy Sam's a huge Power Ranger fan.
I grew up on Power Rangers, SpongeBob, Scooby-Doo, Ed, Ed and Eddie, South Park, Family Guy.
What about Courage, the Cowardly Dog? That's my favorite.
Love Courage.
Oh.
Futurama, American Dad.
Never watched it.
King of the Hill.
Never watched it.
God damn it, Bobby. Yeah. Joe, if you didn't get that, I don't know what to tell you.
What?
God damn it, Bobby.
Oh yeah, that's King of the Hill.
And but man, shit. I also grew up on Ghost Adventures,
I'm
Paranormal,
a supernatural guy.
Supernatural. Fucking, I've seen. Now look, like I said, a lot of this shit's gonna be because of my mom and my sister too. But Vampire Diaries, shit like that. I've seen all of True Blood.
I like Stranger Things. I don't know if you
Stranger
guys watch
Things
that.
too. I've seen all of Rick and Morty.
Never watched
Wedding.
one
Wait,
episode.
they're making a Wedding Crashers too.
I've never seen that.
What? You've never seen Wedding Crashers 1?
No.
Do yourself a favor and go watch it. But bro,
It's a funny movie.
Who's in it?
It's
hold
Owen
on.
Wilson and Vince Vaughn.
All right. I know one of those names.
Oh, and Will Ferrell has a scene.
That's gonna be funny.
You know what's crazy? We were just talking about Step Brothers this afternoon.
Dude, Step Brothers is the greatest. One of them. One of the funniest movies ever, man. Like, oh, these dudes. Like when the one dude's in the car and he's like, he better not touch, or he's like, he better not
Touch my drums.
He said something. He's like, I'll round kick that son of a bitch, and then
Yeah,
he's like, Brendan,
he
don't
said,
say that.
He better not touch my drum set.
Yep.
If it's my drum set, I'm gonna drag my nutsack all over his face.
They beat each other's asses for a fucking drum set.
And then the mom's like, what the fuck?
Oh, and then when they fucking made the bunk bed and fucking Will Ferrell got squished.
Brendan, it's bad. It's bad. There's a lot of blood everywhere. And it's just a little boo boo. Shit was so funny, man. I love that movie.
Oh shit.
Oh, man. But all right.
I kind of don't even know what the fuck we were.
We were talking about SummerSlam, and then we got distracted by the comments, and then the comments led to a lot of other things.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you read this one real quick.
I'm still waiting for my milk farts. It's been 27 years, lol. Oh my god.
Pika pika. Okay, but back to SummerSlam.
I think we were on the main event. Yeah, the main event was Jey Uso.
Great fucking match. Roman Reigns at the start of it was beating the dog shit out of Jey Uso. Even like in the first 3 seconds of the match when he backed him up in the corner and shit, and he kind of got him going like this until he's like, never mind, I'm a man now. It was kind of funny because if fucking Roman Reigns just kept fucking with him, throwing him around like a little biatch, and fucking next thing you know, Roman's beating him with the fucking kendo stick, and then Jey Uso's beating him with the kendo stick, and then fucking he broke it over him, and then he flew to the outside, and then fucking they're fighting in the crowd, and then Solo comes out, beats the shit out of Jey. And fucking then, what was it? I think he put Solo through the table the same way that he did to Jimmy. And fucking, it looked like that Jey almost had that match won. And then somebody pulled his leg from under him and out the ring. Fucking, and he's in a hood and a bandana. He takes the hood off and then the bandana. And then it's none other than Jimmy Uso. Jey's own brother fucked him out the title. All right?
And he super kicked him too, bro. This dude literally pissed me off. I'm like, why did you have to split the Usos?
Think about this, bro. Both of his very own brothers just fucking cost him the title.
This is sad, bro. I did not see it coming, at all. I'm gonna be
I
straight.
cried. I'll admit, I cried.
It pissed me off, bro. I was like, no, they just no. I know Jey didn't need to win at all, bro. Jimmy should have not done that. I hate that thing they're doing. I don't want to see brother versus brother, and we're gonna get this at Payback, because Payback is the next pay-per-view. So September 2nd, I do see that happening.
Which, I mean, it'll be a good match, hopefully. But, given WWE's past with brother versus brother feuds, they
I
typically
want to see it.
and would have loved a Talladega Nights too. No, Talladega Nights, bro. I'm sorry. All right, Talladega Nights is one of my favorite fucking movies, man. And if they ever ruin that fucking movie by making a sequel, I would be pissed the fuck off. Like, one of my favorite fucking lines in that movie is when Ricky Bobby's friend had already took his wife, his kids, and his house, and he's sitting there and he's watching the TV. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and he goes, "Hey, Ricky, how do you work your stereo system, man?" And he's like, "What? I'm mad at you. Why am I going to help you?" And then he goes, "Bro, is your house haunted?" And then he goes, "No, man, it's not haunted. It's a brand new house." And he goes, "Wait, why am I talking to you?" And then he goes, "Come on, man. Why are you being like that? You just lost your wife. You really want to lose your best friend too?"
That's funny, man. But there is a comment that Joey just said that I do want to address, because Roman actually said something. Roman and Paul, I seen, had a report saying that they basically said the title reign is going to end when Roman wants it to end. I don't know if you guys seen that.
I did, and to that I say,
Fuck no.
it's not going to end the time we think it's going to end. Like, it's not ending this year. Like, I think we all can safely say that.
If it's not WrestleMania 40, because I was telling JoJo, no, we're not doomed. You're just not going to be happy. And
we're going to try to beat Bruno's record.
That's exactly what I think is going to happen.
Which is 2028.
Because
it doesn't need to happen.
Roman Reigns, you got to understand where he's right now in the record. I looked it up. He's in the top 4. Yeah. All right. Hulk Hogan's longest reign was 1,250 days. Roman Reigns is just right beneath that. And then I forget who was after Hulk Hogan, but then you got Bruno Sammartino's 2,200 something day reign.
Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson. What was his day reign, if you remember?
I don't remember the reign, but it's
he's
below,
like 6, right?
It's below Bruno.
Yeah, I know Bruno's was
Bruno
2,200.
Twice for too long. But nonetheless, yeah, it's. I think Pat Patterson is number 2.
And fucking, this says Bob Backlund.
No, Bob Backlund. Thank you. Yes, it's Bob Backlund.
Okay.
So Bruno, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan,
Roman.
Bruno. Then,
no, it'd be Bruno, Bob, Hogan, Roman. Roman's in the top 4.
No, but I'm saying though, like what the actual order is, minusing Roman. Like what the original list would actually look like, or what it used to look like now until Roman.
It was Bruno, Bob, Hogan, and then
I think it was Bruno again. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know Pedro Morales was one for sure.
Pedro was number 6.
And because that's what he got for the 1,000-day reign. And so I honestly could see this. If Roman Reigns wanted to be the number 1 longest reigning WWE champion of all time, he would have to hold that title until 2027.
2028.
2028. Okay. Well, that's even better. And so,
not really. Not really. Not at all. Like 20.
Yeah, what Joey said, man. Please no. Like
WrestleMania.
There's no point. Like
WrestleMania 40.
We're gonna have the fucking bloodline story for 7 years.
This is awful.
Hold on, wait. Think about this, y'all. Think about this. WrestleMania 40, and still Roman Reigns.
Sam's gonna shit himself.
What if that actually happens?
Sam's gonna shit himself. I'm gonna be at WrestleMania 40. And if I go to WrestleMania 40 and I hear and still Roman Reigns, you're going to see me on the news. Because I'm going to be fighting everybody to get to Roman.
And then, hold on, wait.
Before the bell.
WrestleMania 41.
No.
That's the main event.
Roman Reigns.
Roman should have lost that championship to Cody Rhodes tonight. This should have been the night Cody won the championship, but they didn't do that.
Oh, Cody should have
You
won.
gotta give it to him at a WrestleMania moment. You can't give it to him on a SummerSlam moment.
But do you remember what happened? He got a cop thrown at his head. All right, and then fucking.
He technically has 2 stories to finish.
Right. He's got one to finish with Roman and one to finish with the rubber chicken, and fucking. And so Cody right now, he had to face Brock Lesnar because think about this. You not only lost to Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania with your kid and your wife watching, you also got a cop thrown at your head while losing. All right. And so and then he got his ass whooped by Lesnar really bad the next night. Does anyone remember that?
Same shit they did, bro. Same shit. 1 week, the first time he got his ass kicked, then I want to fight Brock Lesnar. He gets his ass kicked. I still want to fight Brock Lesnar. Gets his ass kicked in front of his mom. I want to fight Brock Lesnar one last time. He gets his ass kicked, and now it's finally, thankfully, hopefully.
Thank you, Brock Lesnar, for kicking my ass 3 times.
Yeah,
finally move on. To the next
storytelling, am I right?
Yeah, this is such good shit, pal. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I know when JoJo tunes in the Monday Night Raw, I want to give him that good shit. Just make him go, yeah. And,
he's happy, pal. I made LA Knight win a pointless battle royal.
But he won't be the U.S. champion, damn it. Ah!
Or you get what you get, pal. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, and honestly, let me be honest with you here. They want LA Knight to lose momentum. They want him to fizzle out. I hope y'all understand this.
They do.
And he is the number 1 merch seller in WWE right now.
Yeah.
He surpassed Roman Reigns, which is a fucking feat that should get you a title opportunity. I think we can all agree with that. You push the guy who brings the dollars.
Yes.
All right? That's business. All right? But they will never ever want that because Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon, and he doesn't want people deciding who's over and who's not other than him. All right? So as long as Vince McMahon has a breath in his body, your Zack Ryders, your Dolph Zigglers, your LA Knights, they're never supposed to get over.
Because they didn't get over by Vince McMahon, pal.
Now look at your beloved Charlotte Flair.
I don't want to.
Your beloved Roman Reigns. They got over the right way in Vince's mind. They got over because Vince McMahon said they were over.
But Roman didn't get over for like the longest time until he was in when he was in the Shield in the beginning, he was over. But then after that, he didn't.
What do you mean? You didn't hear the 2015 Royal Rumble where they were like Roman?
No. I heard boos. I heard dude. The Rock came out and he couldn't even get Roman cheered. He was like, bro, this is crazy.
I don't hear what you hear, man.
I hear the realness, my brother. I heard them. I heard that Philly crowd saying, we want Bryan. But you know what? We didn't get Bryan. We got Roman Reigns.
I mean, it rhymes.
Well, Philly is not New York. They don't matter, okay? And so they're just look. No disrespect. I love the ECW crowd and all, but they're the asshole of America for a reason. All right. You know why MJF says that Long Island is the happiest place on earth? Because it fucking is. All right. And
look at me. I'm the happiest man alive.
Exactly. See, you see that he's wearing the suit. He's styling, profiling, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, riding, jet flying. Woo! All night long. All right.
Sure.
And it's because he's from New York. All right,
What's up, Jordan?
When you're born in New York, you just have a certain swag. It's just the way it goes.
We're just better. You know what I mean? We're just better than everybody.
And you know it. See? And hey, brothers, what's up, Jordan? And but I will be honest with y'all. It's 1:46 in the morning for me. I do got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's 2:46 for me. I'm probably gonna head out as well because I'm tired.
Jordan, I'm sorry you came in late, brother. I love you and appreciate you for being up. I hope you go and watch back the whole podcast. It was funny as hell. And to everybody, there's 3 of you in here. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for staying up to almost 2 in the morning. Thank you.
I do want to say I want to get the rating of what you guys thought of the show really quick. My rate honestly was 3.5-ish, somewhere around there.
Well, damn. All right. And, I think that's fair. That's fair. Dylan, what do you think about
3,
SummerSlam out of 5?
3,
3?
3. No more. No, honestly, no more.
I'm going
No
to be
more
honest
than
with
3.
you. When I look at the whole card, there was only 2 things I really hated. And I hope I don't sound like an asshole for this, but they're both the women's matches. I liked Io Sky cashing in, but fucking man, I didn't care for Ronda and Shayna. I'm glad Shayna won. Congratulations. And fucking. I'm glad Io cashed in and got her moment, but I didn't care about the triple threat match.
That place exploded for her though, bro.
Like, put it to you this way: I enjoyed Brock and Cody better than both of those matches, and so for me, I got to give the show, because it's only 2 matches I hate out of the whole thing. I'd be about 3.5, and if I'm being nice, to 4. But I think that's where I'd leave it on there. But yeah, man, I kind of forgot what the fuck I was gonna say next, but. Uh, um, but yeah, man, and this is where I tell all of you guys. All right, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, check out Last Week in Wrestling podcast. Dylan's been fucking awesome, and we've been meaning to make this one happen for a minute. And Dylan, you've absolutely killed it. I always love your takes on wrestling, man. I
Thank you.
think you got a great passion and a great heart for the business, and honestly, brother, like you were saying earlier too, you're on that grind. You're busting your ass day in and day out. And last Sunday, you told me something that I just thought was fucking phenomenal. All right, and I think if I'm correct, it was 20 million views in total.
It was 2.5.
2.5. Okay,
million.
I'm
Yeah,
stretching.
we are overall in content. It is averaged out to about 2.5 million views, which is crazy.
That's awesome, man.
We
Hold on,
have,
wait, brother. You got to say it like 20 million. You got to, it's WrestleMania 3, and you're Hulk Hogan, and you just body slammed Andre the Giant.
I'm a little tired for that, but I will just say 2.5 and call it there. We have officially hit the very first video that has hit over 200 views as of today. Thank you.
You deserve it, brother.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. We are 6,000 plus subscribers and growing.
Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, we are. We're doing big things, it seems, and yeah, man. I call it. I'm just grateful. Thank you. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, I'm just grateful, man. I started this as an audio thing in January. Got picked up, got pulled in a bunch of different directions. Had to go back to being independent. Still worked with a group of great guys that I still work with to this day. Met a whole bunch of awesome people along the way, like yourselves, like No Bones, like the Junkies, John. Midnight Hour recently, Horton. The list goes on. You'll see them all on the podcast. I try to have a lot of new people on each and every time. We've been working with the Flex Zone guys as well.
Hell yeah.
Going to WrestleMania next year, Sam and I, which are really cool.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, so it's been a crazy journey.
And you know what? That journey's still only beginning, and that's where I can't wait to see what's next for you. That horizon. I want you to remember this, and this goes for everybody here too, and that goes for us as well. Do not ever peak, because when you peak and you're at the top of your summit, the only other way is down.
Yep.
So always keep climbing, always keep creating goals, but never ever peak, because when you peak is when you stop. And like you said, this journey for you just started in January. You've took the ball and you've ran with it, and I'm fucking proud of you for that. It's not an easy feat, and you're working full time, you're busting your ass, and hard work pays off. The dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do, bro. And you're lasting. You're sticking around, and let that be a reminder. Just to always keep going. You know what I mean? Always fucking keep going.
Yeah.
Amen, good brother.
Amen, bro. And with that said, I want to say thank you to you as well, because I know I'm not the easiest motherfucker to get a hold of, and I apologize for that.
Okay, you're good.
And but you still made this happen. We're making tomorrow happen, and you've been so wonderful to us. And I seriously appreciate you for that, man. And
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
honestly, I think you're one of the kindest hearted people I know, and also you have one of the biggest hearts for this business I know. And even when your takes are different, I always like how you're able to explain your take, and then you make me even question mine. I'm like, oh, I never seen it from that perspective. So that's one of the things I've come to like with your podcast too. And this maybe be the best thing I can say. You have something no one else has in this whole wrestling community. You actually get me to think when I'm watching your show. Not a lot of channels do that. You actually get me to question my thoughts of what I originally thought going into the video.
Yeah, we when I started doing this, I'll just say this quick, but like when I like everybody, I feel like this works for everybody, but when everybody gets into this business of podcasting or making content wrestling based, everybody wants to be the Sean Sapps and Chris Vanderbleets of the world and hang out with the Mankinds and LA Knights and go to the shows and do all the crazy fun shit, the fun shit we all want. But
Yes,
to me, like, as of course I tried in the beginning to do that, but it kept failing, and I wasn't mad about the failure. I was just like, okay, it is what it is. I'll wait till like I'm at a certain number. I'll wait till I'm at a certain viewer. I'll wait till whatever. And I tried again, and it just wasn't working out. So I was like, all right, you know what? As I've been doing it, I tried without really noticing. Till recently, I kind of noticed it more, but that I've been working with a lot of other just content creators. And what I realized, like, as a small content creator, working with other small content creators or just new content creators in different aspects, like a lot of people I work with is on TikTok now, besides YouTube, besides on Twitter. So having them on to talk about what they do and what's coming on to their platform or what's happening in their life going forward, to me is a win, because then when they want to come back, to me that's like, okay, then I did my job. So if anything, honestly, for me, what I feel that I do the most different out of everybody else is I love working with people. Clearly, as you see, I have a crazy guest list every fucking week that it's nonstop. A lot of them are returning faces, but there are a lot of new ones that we do work with. But is the fact that we work with content creators, and I think that separates me from everybody else. Normally with other podcasts, they work with their significant other, they work with their best friend, their mom, their dad, whoever it may be, themselves. But for me, for what I like doing is, the push that I want to give them, the different platform that I want to give them, the give back that I just want to give back to them, in the sense of just giving them a new set of ears, a new set of eyes, a new set of whatever to broaden their horizon, to have them, like Brandon said, think differently than just being that tunnel vision of what, things that we do. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you look at us, we dress up for the shows. I dressed up today as Michael Cole. Sam dressed up as Booker T. We had another podcast couple dress up as Dom and Rhea Ripley. Then for the AEW Double or Nothing, we did entrances where we had everybody come in to either music or no music, cut a promo. We had Sam dress up as Tony Khan and introduce everybody. I did a, MJF impression and, did the whole walk in with the music and everything. We had others dress up as others, from the show itself. So we try to be very different than everybody else, because I don't see a lot of that happen in the community. Like, they'll do it once in a blue moon, but they don't stick with it. And I like doing it, personally. I enjoy it. I really make sure that, focus on that. Bless you. And I
And,
want to be as different as possible to stick out than everybody else,
and
and it's seemingly working. So,
oh, absolutely. And and
I
that's how
think,
I
I
feel
think it's
about
awesome.
us. I can say I take inspiration. And I was telling you about the men that motivate me. But also I have to tell you, like coming up with the random ass funny shit just to do, like the voices, for example, whether it be what or yeah, Jimmy, yeah, or something like that, or just coming up with some fucking stupid ass shit to say that I just think that's funny. I was watching Theo Vaughn
Yeah.
and fucking, I thought at first this is the most questionable guy I've ever heard in my life.
Oh yes, for
But
sure.
then I also thought like he's fucking genius. And it
Yeah.
wasn't until I heard him talk about his mental health and it related to mine and I was like, that's why you make people laugh.
Yeah.
And because you know what it's like to not be able. And I
Yep.
quickly changed the way I respected the man, and it did something for me. Whether it be talking motivational or talking about God or just trying to make you laugh or something. That light that I think that the world needs. You know what I mean? Just something to kind of relax a little bit, have a good time. It's kind of lost in today's society.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's something I wanted to bring, and it's something that I want to bring every day.
Right.
And like you see, like how everybody likes to have fun in the podcast, and there's still comments I'm still to catch up on.
Yeah.
And it's that love, man. It's that love that goes beyond understanding and beyond words. And I think back to everything that I've ever been through. You can't have a testimony without a test. And I was telling my dad this scripture on the way to work today, and I didn't even think I was going to use it for tonight, but it fits so beautifully. It's John 13:7. You may not know now, but later you'll understand.
Yeah.
It's just a reminder that just because you don't see the reasons why things are happening doesn't mean that they won't have a benefit. Because if you would have told me, hey, Brandon, you're going to go through all this shit and then eventually, you're going to be able to reach people and talk to them, communicate with them and make them feel good or make them laugh, I would have told you were fucking crazy and I would have never went through it. But, that's why we don't know our journeys before they happen. We just kind of figure out as we go along because
Yeah.
eventually, when we do get to these good points and we are able to look back and tell these stories and maybe help somebody out, and it's messages you get on Instagram that says, hey man, I was having a really hard day, but I watched your show and you made me laugh, and it helped me hold on just a little longer. Shit like that we've actually got that makes me go, okay, I understand why I'm doing this. I understand why things had to happen the way they did so I can get to where I am now. And I take it each and every day as a blessing for what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, the biggest problem for me is I try to do a lot of shit by myself. I try to be independent to the best of my ability. One thing that, I learned is giving it to God and, control the controllable. And so what I can control, I control. But what I can't, and it's too much of a burden on me, if I can't control it, why complain about it? Why cry about it? It's not going to fix the situation. It's not going to do this or do that. So I can give it to God and then continue to go forward.
Right.
And that's not as easy as it is said. Believe that. But understand that through time and patience and understanding and revelation, you'll get to where you want to be. And that's where I'm at now, is just a more peaceful part of my life. And now I
Better
just
that way.
help everybody else's.
It's better that way, anyways, to be like peaceful and be on your own and stuff like that. I'd rather be on my own and
You got to guard your peace, brother. You got to guard your peace, man. Because look, How many times a day do y'all have an inconvenience happen that will piss you off?
Many times.
Recently.
How many times have y'all let somebody who either you thought cared about you or somebody who you don't even know ruin your day?
A few times.
Yep.
The reason I'm telling you these things is because you are becoming a slave in your own mind. And what that means is that when you allow me to control how you feel about yourself, I am now in control of you. I control how you feel. I control if you cry, if you get angry. I play you like a fiddle. I cannot be able to do that if you're the master of your own life. I cannot do that if you're the captain of your own ship. Self-love, self-esteem, my friends, has self involved. All right? You can never, ever, ever, I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if it's finances. I don't care if it's another man. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's friends. One thing I learned is do not ever let anybody have control of this. If they have control of this, nothing else you do matters. All right? So every single day, something is going to try to take your peace away from you. You must fight at all cost because every
Right.
single day there's going to be something. So you got to be guarded in you. You got to be guarded in you to not let that happen. And so now what I do a lot of times, and Joe, I get mad still, but I don't stay mad. The reason I don't stay mad is one, because I smoke, but two, I pray, and sometimes I do a combination of both and do it at the same time. And then, also I just kind of remind myself, okay, Brandon, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes to complain about it, 5 minutes. But then after that 5 minutes, I can't change it. I can't go back, reverse it. I can't do nothing with it. So move on.
True that, honestly.
Very true.
And, as long as y'all remember that, I promise you, nothing's going to stop you because the only motherfucker who's going to stop you is you.
It's you, yeah.
So don't stop you. You know what I mean? Believe in you because you only get one go around in this life. Triple H said it best. You get one go around and then it's done. So you need to grab life by the throat and squeeze everything you can out of it.
True that. Amen, brother.
Amen. But with that said, though, it is after 2 a.m. for me. I know it's after 3 a.m. for y'all. So respectfully, I thank everybody who watched. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I apologize for all the comments that went unanswered. I seriously do appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here, though. Make sure y'all check out Dylan and Last Week in Wrestling podcast. And remember, to each and every one of you, stay strong, man. Stay strong. You made it through today, and I'm proud of you. So I need you to make it through tomorrow. And with that said, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and goodbye. Good night. Bang.
Later, guys.